This is my tutorial on how to create cardboard dominoes. The goal is to create from this box this pattern where you can see we have one side, right, then the back, then the other side, and then the front, and then the top, all to go together like this. We leave the bottom open because that makes it more stable. But the goal is to get basically this pattern, right? With the top, the bottom, and the sides all arranged like that. And the first thing we're gonna do is open it up. And the thing is we're gonna cut open one seam. And then we're gonna cut it into two halves. Right. Now, when we're looking at creating this pattern, remember, you can see how that overlays onto this. So we're gonna cut that off, we're gonna cut that off, we're gonna cut that off, and then we'll score these two edges. And what's important is that the two sides and the top all have to be exactly the same width. And so that's going to drive a lot of how we do this. But first, let's just trim off the tops and bottoms that we don't need. So then, in terms of calculating the size of the tops and the sides, what I do is I fold this over, and then I take the distance here, right, and I cut it in half. So this distance is 3.5. So I'm going to cut that in half to make that 1 3/4. So that's going to be the size of my two sides, right? This is going to be 1 3/4. That's going to be 1 3/4, and the top is going to be 1 3/4. And so I just measure that out from the left-hand side, 1 3/4, and from the right-hand edge, that's 1 3/4, and for the top as well, then that's going to be 1 3/4. Now I can use my T-square, which I just made myself, and start scoring and cutting as appropriate. Cardboard scoring implement I got online, like so. Now score that one, like so, and then fold this up like that. And that's my two sides. And so then we'll cut the top. We have made our own new pattern, which look exactly like the old pattern. So now let's tape this thing up, and we'll be ready to, and our domino will be done. So I usually take one top, like so, and then on the side, like so, and then we take the side first, making sure that this is nice and square on the left edge, and just over, and just nice and suck down. And hold the top, and over the top, and then over, and do that, and that's it. That's our cardboard domino. We leave the bottom open because it's more stable that way. And if if there's ever an issue, you can trim the bottom with a, pair of scissors or something. And that's it. Congratulations.